Yo, what's going on? It's Gryffin.
Gryffin, what's good, man?
Griffin.
How goes it, everybody?
What's going on? Hey, shout out to, I think it was Max Taylor. Yeah, he was the one that told me. I didn't know who Mike G was at first. I thought he was just a rookie, and they kind of, like, put me up on game about who he was. So I updated your points on that power ranking, so it definitely gave you the increase. I didn't know who he was. Like, Mike G, like, got another rookie
Wait,
named
they haven't
Mike?
even battled yet. What do you mean? They haven't even battled yet, though.
There's one already out.
Yeah, we did a one-rounder at Sink or Swim. We did a one-round surprise, like promo battle, really, just to get the promo out for the 3 rounds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Why
so we got 3 rounds.
It was a dope little matchup. I had to go back and watch it again. It was dope.
I'm going to pull that bad boy up right now. So it's in the queue.
Because when I seen him, I'm like, he looks familiar, but I don't know like who he is. And they're like, he's a celebrity. I'm like, all right, I'm using the celebrity word a little loosely now because some of these rookies out here call themselves celebrities, and they're like, no, Odd Future. I'm like, okay. So I had to do my research on him. I was like, okay, he's verifiable. So I made sure I updated that. Like it's on the quality of opponent. It's either main stage gets you 250 points, or if you battle somebody of a celebrity status, it's 250.
Oh, word? Okay, so that's why I noticed I jumped up.
I qualified the same because if you battling a dude who has celebrity status, that's big for battle rap because you're bridging the gap between 2 different genres, 2 different fan bases. You know what I'm saying? That's big. That's really putting on for battle rap when you do that. So that I definitely got to give respect for that.
Salute, man. No, I really appreciate that. I noticed that like I went from like falling off the bubble to like being right there in up in the 20s, and I was like, oh shit, word, all right. I wonder.
Max Taylor had hit me up. He was like, Nico, he battled a celebrity, bro. What are we doing here? And I'm like, what are you talking about? A celebrity? I'm like, Mike G's a rookie. He's like, Nico, he's a celebrity, and then he started posting his Twitter and shit. I was like, all right, I'll go research it real quick.
It's so funny, but Max will be the first person to be like, don't pay attention to that list. But you know what? He is paying attention to that list.
Yeah, no,
I love
definitely.
Max,
the list makes a lot of sense, man. Salute on that, and it'll make more sense as like the year gets by and more battles drop and all that.
As the weeks go by.
I'm not gonna lie, this dude Gryffin gonna battle Mike G like 5 times this year and lap everybody, bro. He gonna be number 1 for like 10 months, man. Y'all better catch up.
We'll just do that the rest of the time. Yeah,
I don't know, man. Hypnosis is getting ready to battle Arsenal. Come on now. He better he's bringing Arsenal out of retirement. We got to get some serious points for that.
He definitely is. Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna have a prediction vlog coming this week. I might try to knock it out tomorrow since I have some time for the Shots Fired card. Get that out there. It's a pretty dope card. I like the matchups on there.
Nice. That Fired card is nice.
Yeah, man, it's a cool card. We definitely
don't be all nonchalant, Griffin. It's fire. You can brag. You can say something.
I mean, I appreciate y'all saying it's cool because I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool when we were making it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all think the same thing, and I think it's about to play out pretty well. To be honest, I think it'll play out.
Yeah, it's good. It looks good. Looks good. For some reason,
I think it has a good balance for real between like younger battlers, rookies, second year battlers, and then like kind of more established vets. It has a good balance on the card between the two. So definitely be able to get the people who need to be seen, and then get people, you know what I'm saying, the main eventers that they come to watch. So it's a good balance.
Feel that definitely. And then everybody's already heard about that Ron Compton and Knox Overstreet are supposed to have a 1-round rematch pretty much. Or they're finishing up that 3rd round. Didn't really go out.
Wait, what now?
So we had a battle happen a couple years ago with Ron Compton and Knox Overstreet, but that was way before these fools leveled up. And I think only 2 rounds ended up actually making it to the internet for I forgot what reason. And it just kind of came about now where Ron's holding the title and Knox is doing his thing with music that we were like, fuck it, let's do a one-rounder, and we can, like, pretty much count it as, like, that third round that we never actually saw. Or it didn't really come out. And not only that, but, like, they're leveled up, you know what I mean? Like, Ron Compton doesn't rap how he did 2 years ago. Definitely. So,
well, Knox better not rap like how he did against Grizz. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I was about to say, shout out to Knox and his 22-minute rounds. I definitely salute him.
17. I counted that shit. I was like, nah, man. The moment I had the footage in my hand, first thing I did, I was like, how long was this round, bro?
Man, I remember standing there the whole time, and I was standing next to D, and he was just like, man, do we tell him to stop? I'm like, nah, just let him rap, bro. He's already here. Just let him rap, man. It's all right.
Tell him to stop.
I am so happy that D's back. Me and D just had a really good meeting, actually, with some shit that's about to pop off. So I'm super excited for a lot of things that are going to go on.
Oh, yeah. The West is moving in the right direction, man.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, they got some dope matches up on there. Yeah. Hey, the next
Gryffin,
power ranking, I was thinking about putting it on there.
Gryffin, how long was Knox's round? I need to know.
So the time itself was 17 minutes, and that's with crowd reaction. So I think it was 15 without crowd reaction.
Because I like, you guys remember I posted about it. I was like, I only watched 7 minutes of it, and I was fast forward.
You want to know what's crazy?
I was pissed the hell off. I was like, 7 fucking minutes, and then I look and I start like pushing the thing forward. I'm like, what the fuck? 10 minutes? And I keep pushing. I'm like, oh my god.
You know what's crazy is that the most reaction was probably when he pulled out that picture of Grizz. That's probably what had the most reaction because we was like, what?
That was so funny.
Oh,
like,
that was
why you got a picture of our guy, man?
That was like a minute.
When he did it, it was like the way he did it was like on some Lux and Calico type shit. He's like, we kept the file. I'm like, hold on, is he really about to pull a picture out of Grizz? And Grizz is just standing there like, bro, you've already rapped for like 8 minutes, bro. I don't care at this point. Just go ahead.
Grizz looks fucking annoyed as hell.
Everybody blew up though.
Hey, and shout out to Max Taylor for standing behind Knox that whole time. I'm telling you, I would have been like, let me. I would have been like, let me just sneak off the stage for a little bit. It's like, what the fuck is you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, but shout out to Knox though. He definitely, like, for as long as his round was, he did have some shit in there. I feel like it was just so long that a lot of people didn't really give him his credit.
He could have clipped off all the fat, and he would have had a solid round.
He probably.
And it's I talked to him, you know what I mean? I chopped it up with him about it, and basically he understands what he's got to do. Basically, he understands he knows what he's got to do.
Are you guys gonna have a video on demand, or are you guys streaming it, or what?
So we're not going to be live streaming it this time around. We haven't live streamed an event in a while yet, but as for the pay-per-view or video on demand, we were thinking about doing it through Verse Tracker again, and we might even do it. We might even go ahead and do it, but it's not a full guarantee yet, just because we're actually looking at the next event while we're, not even done with this event, and I think that one we're gonna want to focus more on that kind of thing, maybe even a live pay-per-view for that. So that's where we're at, looking at it that way.
Well, I'm hyped for the Ron and Knox battle. That whole card is nice, top to bottom. So,
Brad, appreciate you. Yeah, it's looking good. And there's a reason that we put Grizz of all people in front of Knox during that time. Because Grizz was on the come up even then at that point, and for him to battle Knox, everyone was like, "Who's Knox?" or "Why should he battle Knox?" I feel like with this performance, maybe people will see why. You know what I mean? I think this will be where people see why, like, oh, shit, because Knox, like you guys said, Knox definitely got some shit. He definitely has it, so we're going to see what happens.
Right.
most definitely. But
yeah,
I remember.
Speaking of long rounds, did you guys get to watch the Leo and Drix battle? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I don't know what the fuck Leo was on. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but oh god, that.
I have literally no comment for that battle until further notice.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, listen, Drix was fire. Very breakout performance worthy, right?
Right.
Leo, he had the Knox Overstreet effect.
Exactly.
Had some good shit here and there. But the round was like, no, listen, this round was literally 23 or 24 minutes, like not exaggerating. It was literally that long. The battle is a one-round battle. It's 38 minutes for a one-round battle. And Drix already rapped about 12 minutes.
He was so blacked out drunk, you could tell. Like, you could tell he was fucked up.
Yeah, it was a different kind of look for real. But yeah, that was I mean, for what it was a cool battle. Shout out to both of them. But I was gonna say, when you were talking about ranking the leagues, I might have a power ranking. I pretty much should just drop everything tomorrow since I have time. Pretty much is just gonna be taking the total views, the average view per, and then instead of quality opponents for like battlers, it'll just be the quality of the booked battle rapper. So it'll be the same points as the other one. So like say you have a car of Shots Fired and you have, yourself, Max Taylor, you have all these guys on there, right? Then you have Mike G. Mike G would still get you the same 250 points that a Young Cannon or Geechee or Thesaurus would get you, right? And you're just going to add all of the individual battlers' points up for your league who's battled on there so far this year. And then we're just going to take all them points, put it together, rank it 1 through 10, and then I just update that every week too as, battles get dropped per league.
Okay. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff coming up. The only two things I really want is the battlers in the league, just because battlers talk too much without working, and because I want people to know, like, these are the leagues that are moving and shaking. Like, certain leagues, they're cool. I respect the fact that they're passionate, but you need to know who's moving and shaking out here. You need to know who's really working and who's just talking about it. Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel that because when like you were saying earlier, I was listening. When you got people from other areas or different regions, and they're like, oh, like who's the best from out there? Like we ain't never heard of this person from out there. They take a look at this. You pull this up, and it's like, boom, there's numbers behind when we tell you this person is dope, or like this person actually got pulled, or this person's gonna fuck up your favorite rapper. Like there's some numbers behind. It's not just nobody. Like this is somebody acclaimed out here. So you got to be careful. There's too many East Coast, too many Midwest. They talk too much about the West without even knowing anything about it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because they all come out and they talk about like the California circuit, and it's like, whereas California is like the biggest circuit, you still can't forget about San Diego. There's a lot of hitters out there. The Northwest has hitters. Arizona has hitters. Colorado, Utah. You know what I'm saying? You got so many hitters in these different areas, so it's like you got to look at every single one and, like, make sure that they're getting put out there for what they're doing.
Right. That all makes sense. And, like, considering the West, like, the scene in the West is always kind of changing when it comes to, like leagues that are active out here because, like, there's some newer leagues that have popped up and there's some not-so-new leagues that have been around. And then you got, some of the – like the bigger leagues making appearances out here too. Like URL's definitely become way more active and present in the West. KOTD's been around, but they like come and go. So it's definitely something that has to be put out there because when people need to look at, all right, where's the other talent in the West? This shows it out right there. It's like boom. Like you guys were saying, Heretic. Like I had heard the name Heretic, but when I saw it on the list over Grizz, I was like, all right, hold on, we gotta see what's up. It even shows other Western rappers. You gotta look other places. You know what I mean? Like there's more to it.
Definitely. Yes, you got to thank Kelly and BP. They're the ones that have been telling me about a lot of the Northwest last year. And then, as I started learning about some of them, I would keep certain names like in the back pocket where it's like, okay, this person right here, you got to remember this person. This person right here, you got to remember this person. So when it came to doing this ranking,
I'm not with anyone
that's
not
pretty
active. Like, I'm not trying to pull anyone out of the light that's not out there. Like, the people who I consistently talk about are consistent. They're active. They've got, like, I know the battles that they've got because I've been there, physically seen them, happen. Like, I believe there's more out there that should, come to light, but there's the obvious, There's the obvious Stewie's, Hypnosis, Jay, Patron, Heretic. Now, Heretic has been working his ass off to get, like, some, at least a little bit of recognition he is getting, He's slept on a lot, like, when it comes to, like, top 10 lists from the Northwest, when he is clearly up there because look where he is on the complete West with just his body of work,
And it shows. That's what's up.
Right, and that once it starts showing for itself, that's when I'll start getting quiet, and I'll let their work just start talking for them. But if I didn't bring it up, these motherfuckers wouldn't talk about them.
Yeah, salute to you on that. You're definitely doing a good job bringing light because I've definitely been keeping an eye on the West or on the Northwest up there in Washington and all that. Like Washington.
Yeah, so that's all. I like.
I might even have to pop up in Washington for the first time. Like, Washington looks dope.
Well, you know who to hit up. When you're ready, I'll plug you to the right place.
Look, when we going to get the greatest of the North versus the greatest of the South, man? The furthest South and the furthest North, man. Get a card cracking, man.
Bring it. Bring it on. I think, like, a shots fired versus Northwest was something that I could get behind and something I would be, like, totally into just because I think they're more of a, like, kind of the movement that I see happening up here. Like, I could see it happen. I mean, we got a lot of gangsters and this and that, but, like, shot fire stands, and it holds its own when it comes to shit like that, So that's definitely something I could see. I don't know about, like, a whole, like, let's say AHAC Cali and this and whoever in California. But, like, as a league, there could be something like Northwest. That's what Keegan was trying to do. But, like I said, there was just things that weren't working out, and there was too many things, that we had overlapping together or too close together. So I couldn't work on his current event that was happening this weekend because of it.
I hear that.
But I'm trying. I'm trying. I'll be out there for, go ahead.
I was about to ask Gryffin. I was about to ask you, who are, like, on you guys' roster right now, shots fired, who are, like, the rookies or the up and comers that you feel like 2018 people should be looking out for the most?
The up and comers with popping up with us. Shoot, I mean, off top, I'll tell you right now, young Soto, it shows a lot of promise because dude's only 2 battles in, and just the writing alone, I mean, is just far beyond just what I see from a lot of rookies. You know what I mean? And it's, of course, with a lot of rappers, performance, is something that kind of builds with experience. So I think once a little more time's given, a couple more battles, we even see how he does in his 3rd battle this weekend. We'll be able to see, like, or show people, like, hey, like, this fool is an actual problem. We got a real problem in our hands right here. Let me think. Who else? So Ray May is making a debut on Shots Fired. It's like his first battle with Shots Fired. He had one kind of like a battle where it was in a studio and there was just like a few people in the room, and it was pretty much like this, just barring out somebody else that didn't really take it seriously. But when I watched it, I've seen that energy. This is what I noticed is his performance exceeds most rookies I've ever seen on their first battle. Remember, I was saying usually that's the thing that kind of builds up with a rookie is the performance part. But this guy's got it on lock. The bars and, like, stepping up the pen, that might be something that he grows with. But off top, I seen that, and I was like, man, like, a lot of rookies would fold off the pressure of that alone with that energy, that presence already. Like, so we'll see how that plays out too. That's 2 rookie shots right there. 2 guys coming up in 2018. I don't know if you want to consider Mike G a rookie, but considering his interest in battle rap and whatnot, I wouldn't consider this battle probably his only battle ever. Me versus him isn't going to be probably his only battle. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's just 3 off top.
Okay. Definitely. I'm definitely familiar with Soto because of the obvious freaks incident that happened. But that actually kind of put me up on game about Soto because I heard of his name prior to that, but that was the battle where I actually got to like watch the rounds because I was like, okay, I can't watch Trax rounds, so I gotta watch, Soto rounds, and he actually did have some good shit. Like I definitely see his level of penmanship is definitely up there. I'm not gonna lie, San Diego lightweight got I might have to do a breakdown to get y'all to vote. What region of the West region has the best pen? Because you got YD, Soto, K Philosophy, yourself. Y'all got a lot of pens out there in San Diego, man. A lot of attention to detail.
I agree. Actually, I was thinking about that like a couple days ago. Is like if you look at, I think, in my opinion, you put our rappers next to your average battle rapper out on the West. The pen is actually one of the stronger attributes for most of the rappers here in San Diego. People can consider that like a curse and a blessing, however you want to see it. Bottom line is the bars are there. That's one area you only got to worry about is like the bars are there. So, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna see how that plays out with now YD's on the PG, K Philosophy's on a PG. You know what I mean? We're gonna battle Mike G next weekend. All this kind of unfolding.
I'm so excited for them getting that PG. I'm hoping they
kill it. It's definitely well deserved, especially for K Phil, man. Like I think he gets because of the work he does for shots fired and like how he works a lot behind the scenes. I feel like a lot of people don't really give him his proper just due as a battler, and you know what I'm saying. I'm glad he's finally getting his chance to go ahead and showcase. You know what I'm saying, on URL. Like, that's a very dope look for him. It's very well deserved, too.
Yeah, man. K's been putting in work on the West for a good minute, you know what I mean? Like, he hasn't been taking hella battles like, a lot of rappers when they start or when they're coming up because, we focus on running the league also. But he's done a really good job at balancing and even showing out for San Diego. And it speaks for itself because it's not just him up there, but the work he's been putting in for the league for shots fired also shows when YD's up on that list too. So it's just an all around good look, and I'm really excited for March 3rd.
Oh yeah, man, definitely got a lot of good shit coming up. Got the event this weekend, man. Shout out to everybody. I was listen, I'm not gonna say who, but I heard some of the rounds that are gonna be said out there on Saturday at Shots Fire, so you definitely have some fire coming out that direction. Definitely got some fire coming out that direction.
Word that.
I'm interested in seeing that Max Taylor and Graham battle, man. They really been selling this fight, man. This dude Max Taylor really believes it's offensive to be battling Grimy Graham, man. We're going to have to see what this battle's talking about. He's offended. His star is offended.
Yeah, Grim, man. He's been meaning to battle on Shots Fired. And he said he wanted to battle Max, so we kind of, moved around the pieces. We looked at what we could do. And, Grim's making his debut with Max. And I think that's the thing with me is, like, you can put 2 dope battlers against each other, and you might not even get like a good battle out of that. It's not really a guarantee. But when you got 2 cats that want to battle each other, they both have a reason to be motivated. That's when you have the best potential for actual classic. Too many people worry about names battles, and it's like, nah, you get the best battles when that fool actually wanted to rip the other guy's head off.
Yeah, man, now that's going to be a dope one, man. I definitely can't wait to see that. When you look at that card, every matchup is pretty much intriguing. Like, you got something for everybody. So, yeah, I'm saying shout out to everybody. Been promoing. I know Bleeze, he been talking his shit about his battle on there.
That's so crazy.
A lot of
we
people
got
been going there.
Too.
Hey, we gonna have to talk about this too. Y'all in these damn names. Well, some of y'all gonna have to battle each other, and whoever loses got to change their name. Like,
like which one?
They got like there's like 3 or 4 ratchets in the West. Like there's like 3 or 4 ratchets out here. You got like 2 or 3 Bleezes out here. Like, I'll be looking for like an original name, man. Like Sabanic the Bear. You're not gonna find another Sabanic you're not gonna find another one, man. Like it's original. You know what I'm saying? But some of these names are just like, I need y'all to battle it out, man.
It's appropriate. Yeah, that's the thing. Too many. Like, there's one guy that's like named Peanut out in the East, and everybody was tripping out about like, oh, is that the same Peanut from the West? Like, too many of the same names.
Yeah, man. Especially when it's like when a person like they be like, oh, I didn't know. I'd be wondering if people like make their battle rap name be like, man, I didn't know there was another person with this name. Like one, like you'd be like, yo, so you didn't know that there was a loaded Lux? You just gonna call yourself Lux now? Okay.
Swear, I didn't know.
Man, but yeah, man, shout out to Shots Fired, man. That's just gonna be dope this weekend, man. But let me see, man. Y'all got any plans for the belt, man? Listen, everybody wants action at the belt, man. The entire conference wants the belt. The belt is the most coveted piece of jewelry out there right now. It's coveted. People want it. What's the process, man? How do these people get a shot at that belt, man?
So the thing with the belt is it's not just the belt, obviously. It's got our logo. It's got Shots Fired on the front of it because whoever's holding that belt should not just be a good battler, the best battler. They should be the best battler that really, they really show out. When they go everywhere, they show out, and Shots Fired is really attached with their name or their brand. Someone that's actually put work in for Shots Fired. If you got someone that just waltzes in, he's like, yeah, I got hella views, I got, good battles, let me get a title shot, their first battle on Shots Fired, that's not going to fly. I don't care how good you are. Your debut battle is not going to be for the title, so that's a key part. People ask how many battles. We typically say like 3 at the, 3 is a good number because that's where it, takes some time to get in. Some battles actually shows out like where you stand with quality and, you see where it goes with the relationship with Shots Fired and the battles that we're able to set up for guys, So with Ron's been battling with us for, I think his debut Shots Fired battle was actually that 2-rounder with Knox. If I'm not mistaken. So it kind of...
Yeah, that was some time ago, too.
Right, so it's kind of funny he's got the title now, and he's finishing up that 1-rounder against Knox now, so... that's basically, 3 battles, 3 battles typically what we're looking for. And then we might even change that process soon. I kind of got some ideas on how we can make the title process and all that a lot easier to understand and different. You feel me? Something different behind that. Kind of eliminate the controversy of like who should have a title shot. We're going to try to find a way to make it more systemized, kind of like what you're doing with the power rankings in a way, but not really exactly like that.
Man, these people want that. Listen, y'all want a shot at the champ, man. If you want to beat the best, man, go battle the best, man. Go out here, you battle the Sabanics, you battle the Max Taylors, battle the YDs, Gryffin, K-Fly. If you ain't getting past these people clearly, man, you're not ready for the belt, man. You're just not ready. Go back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? Go back over here to these other leagues. Some of y'all just don't understand, man. It's different out there, man. I was there. It's different. It's different.
It's differente.
Talk that shit. It's different. Talk that shit.
Too?
Man, please do.
Es Diferente 2.
Es Diferente 2. I mean, we're looking into it. We're gonna see what's up. I definitely got.
You know, that's
the event that pulled me into Shots Fired. I saw the name, everything that you guys pulled on there. I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? Who is Shots Fired? And what do I need to know? And that's when I was like, I seriously sat down and binge watched your battles, K-Phil's battles. I was a little later coming on to YD, but Max's battles I watched. There's someone else. I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that event. That was the first Shots Fired event I actually went to, and I remember watching y'all before, and it's crazy because when I got there, I remember Dre was supposed to battle YD. I remember at the venue, I remember seeing YD, and he was like, man, they didn't want this work. I had this work ready. I was about to smoke some, and I'm like, YD, you're not ready for Dre Vicious. And maybe 3 or 4 months later, they announced that he's battling Billy, and I'm like, whoa, hold on. Whoa, okay, oh, wait a minute, maybe he is ready. And then he's cooked Billy real quick. I was like, okay. So he's ready, and then he had the battle with Ryan, obviously, and TK.
Well, he had a battle with Chico too.
Yeah, he battled Chico. He had a lot of battles last year, man. It was definitely dope, high quality opponents too. So.
Yeah, he definitely put in work across the West more last year. So he definitely built up for his name, and I was originally supposed to battle. Actually, it's funny. Billy and YD weren't on the original card for Magnitude. That got set up because my battle with the whole Geechee and all that got kind of canceled out, and they were saying, well, do we want to set up maybe Billy versus Gryffin? And I was like, to be honest, that doesn't really interest. I feel like that doesn't really interest too many people. But what about? And then I thought YD versus Billy, that actually might be a sleeper, and of course it was. You know what I mean? Because I've been wanting to get YD that look. That's why we got him against Dre for Es Diferente. Didn't work out. So I said, you know what? Let's make this happen this time for sure. And I mean, you're seeing what's happening now.
So yeah, and that's something that really needs to be commended for real, man. Because I don't think there's a lot of people who could have had a battle with Geechee fall through, and then from having a battle like that fall through, say, you know what, I'm going to take myself out of the equation and I'm going to put somebody else on. I know a lot of people talk like that, but there's not too many people who would have did it. Just being honest. There's not too many people who would have just up and said, I'll take myself out of it so somebody else can shine. That's hella dope, man. Salute to you for doing that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I appreciate that. And I like to – this is kind of like how I've been as a battler from the jump was most of my battles, I take them not as a battler or worried about it as a battler, but more as a league owner in that way, So when I look at this battle, I'm like, you know what? As a league owner, I think this is better for everybody. You know what I mean? That's the way I saw it. So it did actually work out that way. So you never know what you get when you do something different like that.
That's a fact, man. But definitely, man, we need Es Diferente too. We're gonna need Gryffin versus Geechee on that card, man.
Free Geechee Gotti, man. Real talk, free Geechee Gotti. That's the bro.
Facts.
He's a cool dude, you know what I mean? We chopped it up. I was fucking around and just took a little quick shot at him at Magnitude just because we were fucking laughing about it after and all that. Geechee's a cool dude, straight up dude. So when he comes back, I'm hoping to see a lot of great things coming for him once he comes back because he left with, I forget, I think he battled Next, he battled Thesaurus, and I think he battled Av. Those were his, I think, last 3 battles, if I'm not mistaken, or if I'm wrong, correct me.
Oh, no, that's a fact.
Right.
Yeah,
that's pretty good, man. Battling Av on Traffic 3, I saw that live, man, and the only thing I saw was this guy needs to get in New York on a big stage. That's what I saw. So we gonna see, man.
Definitely, man. Nah, most definitely, man. I'm excited to see what everybody does this year, man. I know they got the Bizzle Bar Fest coming up pretty soon. I think that's like the end of April or something like that. That's gonna be a crazy event. I know y'all got some stuff cooking up later in the year as well.
Yeah,
see how many
we
people
gotta
do
look
events this year.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how many people are actually going to do events, because last year, I ain't going to lie, a lot of leagues kind of took a back seat last year on events. Like, some leagues only did like 1 or 2 events last year, which is wild. Like, when you think about it, like 1 or 2 events for a whole year, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I can see that. And I guess that really stems into, like, what is the league doing other than doing events? Like, if it's, if a lot of
Forum Seas did 2 events last year.
Yeah, like if the roster is busy, like taking plates in other areas or other leagues, you know what I mean? That might be what's actually better for that league than having more events for the league. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely what you're saying.
Like it's spreading, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I definitely got that vibe too last year. I was like, it was seeming a little quieter. Also, there was more URL events, so a lot of people took those into account. With the West, it's like you better not have an event this day because you're a fucking dumbass if you do. Yeah.
What's crazy though is when you look at shots fired, y'all was actually one of the. Every league pretty much has been organic like this, but y'all literally from the ground up, there really wasn't, before you guys got on the scene, too much of a heavy battle rap presence in San Diego, at least not YouTube variety. And when you guys came into the game, y'all really like stamped an entire region of the West that really hadn't been heard of and brought a lot of dope. Like, you think about all the people who have been like coming out of the shots fired classes since you guys first started. Like, it's crazy. Like, y'all really was some of the most organic like talent and events and whatnot since y'all came through. I think right now it's maybe 1 other or 2 other leagues out there, but it's like y'all are clear cut, like leading the way in that area for real.
Salute, man. I appreciate you acknowledging that, man. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the stems for why we wanted to make shots fired in the first place was, coming out of high school, I just looked at, being a fan of battle rap and then looking at the scene of where it was in San Diego, which was practically nothing. I just thought, you know what, if we start something here, we get the ball rolling, we get enough people behind it, we do it right, man. We're going to be the league for San Diego. And, the right things fell into place, and here we are, man. A lot of San Diego rappers now are getting, the looks that they might not have been able to get if we didn't start from zero, So it's really dope to see it all kind of unfold, and then other movements start popping up afterwards, and that's cool and all. But everybody knows what's up when they think San Diego.
Yeah, man, I've been seeing a lot of people trying to, like, I don't know, do you guys have any San Diego versus San Diego wars, or is it really just like, shots fired and everybody else, or is it competition out there at all, or?
I don't really sense it as competition, to be honest, because there's just different goals. That's really, if you look at why we're not all one big league or one big, movement or however you want to call it, it's really just stems down to we don't have the same goals, which is kind of, weird to think about at first. But it's the same reason why, not all the leagues in Los Angeles are under one roof. It's like they all have different agendas. There's different things they're trying to accomplish with the brand, and it speaks for itself when they don't work together. And, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, do what you got to do. Everyone's got goals. But as long as, the main end goal is to get battlers and rappers and MCs from your region up to that highest platform, the most exposure, as long as that's your goal, I mean, how much hate can there really be? How much disagreement, how much, how much negative energy or anything like that can there really be? So I don't really see it as competition out here. Everybody knows what's up. Everybody knows what's up.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I first started watching y'all battles, and forgive me if I get the dude's name wrong, but the first battle I seen is actually, I think it had dropped maybe within a day or two of when I actually watched it. It was K Philosophy. It was a dude named G-Town. Was it G-Town? It was some, or G or D. Well, I forget what his name is. But it looked like you guys were like on a stage, or maybe you guys were like on a school or something. It was something like that. I remember you had a battle with some dude. I think right after that had dropped. It was like AZ something. Those are like the first two battles I've seen. I don't know when they, like how long you guys have been established at that point, but I watched those like when they were dropping. So I've been watching y'all for a minute.
Word? Oh man, shout out to you, bro. Man, that's like end of 2013 right there. Shit. Yeah, that's so let me think. That's when we first started. That was our first event. That's when we first kind of started. We started at UC San Diego as like just kind of like as a community of just MCs and just rapping and battling. And then, you know, we got more attention from the city just off of a presence of online alone. And then, you know, we eventually moved off campus later. But yeah, that was our first event, and it's definitely grown since then, as you can tell, obviously, with the quality and everything. But yeah, it's kind of funny to look back at like who we were battling and all that, and how we were rapping. Just a lot different.
Yeah, no, that's like watching YouTube, like from there, like it really, like I think your first 3 or 4 drops was really between you and K-Phil, to be honest. I think maybe the first 3 or 4. And then, like, other drops came after that. Like, you really built it off of YouTube and maybe a couple others and just kept building year by year and built, like, an organic roster in San Diego. So that's hella dope, just looking at the progress for real.
Yeah, the way we kind of saw it was, like, we know what we're doing. We were rapping before we made the league. So we kind of knew already. We had an idea of, like, how you're supposed to, you know, bring it when you hop in the ring. And we kind of worked as like an example for these rappers, whether they're really serious about it or not. And once they saw like how we were going about it, it kind of actually helped, you know, the people that were just there just to be there, just for fun or whatever. They kind of, you know, slowly creeped away because they realized like this is a lot more competitive than just what people would imagine it to be. And then that kind of weeds out people that aren't really about it. You know, people that I can't make it, day of, you know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, we got to where we are now where rappers are actually serious. They show up with their material. You know, that took a little time for a while. Took a little time starting off. So that just goes into all that.
Yeah, man, that's hella dope, man, seeing all that progress, man. That's why I couldn't wait to get to the event last year because I wanted to go to one. I think in 2016, and the timing didn't really work out for me to get to one because I was still recovering from a Achilles rupture at that time, so I really couldn't do too much, like, moving around. So, like, the beginning of 2017, I finally, like, kind of recovered enough to walk again, and then that's when I was like, all right, let me start getting to these events out here. And that was, like, the first one I had marked was the Es Diferente.
Salute to you, man. Yeah, I'm glad that you've actually been following and whatnot. It's definitely been a ride, as you can see, probably.
Definitely, man. So what you guys got? You guys getting Mook on the card this year, man? I mean, look, you done got Geechee Gotti on the card, man. Y'all getting Mook on the card, man. Could Mook and Nitty on the card? Get Lux and K-Phil on the card, man. God Penn versus White Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
God Penn versus White Jesus. Yeah, man. What we got lined up in the future, from what it's looking like right now, it's looking actually really, really nice. And it's still going to play into the whole Es Diferente, if it does play out with an Es Diferente too. You know what I mean? So we still got our eye on the ball. You know, we still got our plan. And we're going to make it happen, dude. Because the other thing that I kind of was thinking about these days is not so much about where we go on the West, but more of if we were to travel, like how me and Kelly were talking earlier about possibly Washington, just been thinking about like where else, whether the West, a different state, or even East, wherever. Just thinking about where would it be interesting to go. So I've just been curious, looking around. You know what I mean, like seeing where everything's popping off in other areas. You see what goes on with that.
That'd be dope. Have another shots fired division. That'd be fire.
Yeah, because I mean, with being like one of the first movements here in San Diego, we also kind of had to bring a presence for San Diego in traveling. So going to LA on the Riot, IE, we went to iEvolve, Casual Conflicts. We had to go out there to get them to understand it's real out here, So that's kind of the strategy. Hopefully, in the future, is just where we go from here, like actually still setting an example for the city.
Oh no, that's a fact. That's a fact. Now I can't wait to see how everything turns out once we get all the events popping and whatnot. But are you planning on being active this year after the Mike G battle, or?
I kind of take battles on a case-by-case nowadays, because like I said, everything kind of depends on what it does for, not just me, but the league at this point, Battling Mike is cool and all for me, like it's a cool battle as a battler, but, obviously it's also a good look for the league. So wherever I go from here, if I take a battle, anywhere else or on shots fired, it'll be appropriate, and if we can't make one happen, or if I'd rather give a different place to somebody else out here in San Diego, then I don't really mind sitting out the whole year even. It's just super variable for me. But if I could line up a plate, like if I could line up a real crazy look, every month, as a wish or anything like that, then obviously I would take it. But it's all maneuvering. It's all timing. Everything's timing. You know that.
Oh yeah, no, that's a fact.